What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm joined with Nick and Xavier. Today, we're going to talk about UFC 296. This is the recap show. We're going to go top to bottom. We're going to start in this main event. Pretty controversial main event. A lot of things going on here. Leon defeats Colby by unanimous decision. I think the biggest storyline that I've been seeing online is like has Kobe's washed. Kobe's done. He's competed 3 times for a world title. He's fallen flat every time. He looked pretty terrible. He looked terrible in this fight. He looked terrible, straight up. I think he lost a lot of stock in this fight. And yeah, I think it's the biggest story coming out of UFC 296.
Yeah.
I would go ahead and agree with that. His performance in the cage showed me that the ring rust was real. Also just like not fighting, ducking like the up and coming contenders was real. At the end of the day, his last two opponents were outside of Kamaru Usman of course, but like Masvidal and who else did he beat? Like
Woodley.
exactly. So it's like two. I don't want to call them wash fighters, but Woodley was washed at that time, and Masvidal just wasn't. He was just a step down, from the top, contenders of the division. Um, yeah, Kobe Covington lost a lot of stock, especially by claiming that he won. Um, you don't want to see that in MMA. You want to see people, own their shit. If you had a bad performance, just say you'll come back stronger. But because he has to do his shtick, he can't admit that he got his ass whooped. Like, and so people kind of just like aren't fucking with the unauthentic nature of Kobe right now and shit. As far as the fight goes, pretty boring fight, especially considering like some of the more memorable scraps on the card, including like the co-main, uh, which I did not see going 5, but it did. So shout out them. But yeah, I mean, Leon did his job. You can't blame him. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at on these strike numbers because that's not the fight I saw. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those are probably rabbit punches on the ground.
Not even though. It wasn't even on the ground that much. Like, I don't I don't know. What about you, Clark?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. I was bored to death. Uh, I watched the fourth and fifth rounds on YouTube late. I had turned it off after the third. I didn't even feel like watching the rest of that. It just seemed like Colby kind of came in with no game plan for some reason, even though the game plan was very clear of like pressure, go for take, like do your thing. But he
Just do
decided not to. I don't know if it was rust or just he did look a little slower. So I will say the age is definitely getting up there. I don't know if I'd say he's done, but he's definitely done fighting for a world title
Yeah, there's just no way.
ever again. But I think he could probably get a few more wins to end his career. But I don't even know who you'd put him against now.
I heard somewhere that he was saying that he wasn't really trusting his cardio because like he's been out for so long, like 5 rounds. But like I'm like, bro, when has Leon ever had like good cardio? So like even if you have a decent cardio base, like I still think that like even rusty as he was, he could probably out cardio Leon. So it's like, and then like towards the later end of the fight, like it started to show. Like Leon started to slow down. He got the top. He was able to control him a good amount. Like won the last round, but Kobe's not a submission threat, so it was kind of like all Leon has to do is. Nor does he have like super punching power. So it's like all Leon had to do was survive one round and win very clearly.
Yeah. I'm a huge Leon fan, but I'm not gonna lie. I did want to see a lot more out of him. Considering how bad Colby performed, even Colby, like, talking about his dead dad and stuff, the animosity building up to this fight, I just wanted more from both guys. Um, I do think it wasn't all ring rust. Colby did say that Leon Edwards is a stance switching, and that kind of made things complicated for the takedown. But I think one of the big things people are overlooking, I think Colby's leg was pretty compromised after like the first round and a half. Like it was noticeably bruised, and obviously when your legs are like that, you can't really shoot for a takedown. And like Xavier said, he was really only able to get them at the end when Leon started to tire a little. I was very impressed by Leon's grappling. I think he completely out wrestled Colby, considering like Colby's wrestling acclimates. He obviously outstruck him on the feet, but yeah, I did want more out of this fight. I wanted more violence, considering how intense the buildup was. But hey, man, Leon got the job done. Colby can go wherever. He's gonna go fight Wonder Boy. He's never touching a title again, and another title defense for Edwards.
At the end of the day, like I don't fault Leon for the performance because like I'm a firm believer that like to be the champ you have to beat the champ. And it's kind of like how I felt when Izzy fought Cannonier. It's like was the performance the best? Was it the most exciting? No, but like it's on the it's on the challenger to like press forward and like try to take the belt from the champ. So it's like why should the champ have to like go out of his way to be like crowd pleasing and shit? Like, no, like, he's the champ. Like, why would he want to lose his belt doing stupid shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just not really Leon's game plan in the first place. He's more of a sniper, and I think he even said he expected Colby to be like pretty much the opposite of what he was. Like it just Colby didn't show up.
Facts.
But anyways, not too much to talk about in this fight, unfortunately. But I think next for Colby is just Wonder Boy. Like he called him out like 50 times during the press conference. He wants an easy bounce back fight. Obviously, Colby's kind of a tough matchup for Wonder Boy because of the wrestling.
I don't even know. I don't even know after what I just saw, bro.
You don't know? Okay.
You might just give him Shavkat.
Dude, Shavkat would murder Covington.
I mean, they might just feed him.
Well, okay, wait.
Fight.
But for Edwards, all right. Well, first of all, do you guys think Bilal should just get the shot, or should they do Bilal versus Rachmanov?
No, just give it to
Give him a
Bilal.
shot. Give him a shot.
All right. So,
I would just give it to Bilal.
Okay.
I think he's won like 9 straight or something like that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the co-main. I also didn't expect this fight to go this long. I feel like not enough people are talking about it. This was a super entertaining fight, in my opinion. I know Pantoja dominated most of the fight, but like
what strike numbers are they on? Like what?
Yeah, no, this is not.
I feel like those are very. I mean, okay, they gave him 70 the last round. I feel like a lot of them are those little ground strikes.
Let's see significant strikes.
It's not significant.
That's interesting.
I mean, Royval definitely outstruck Pantoja, but like at the end of the day, grown man strength prevailed in this fight. To get him to the ground whenever he wanted, essentially, and that was the difference. Like Royval has good jiu-jitsu, but like sometimes that like we've seen it many a time. Like if you can't get that sub, sometimes like being so comfortable on your back, like you just lose rounds, man. And like not to say like it's not competitive, but if you're on top, like you're gonna win that round. Like it just it is type shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I was concerned for Pantoja because like after round 2, he seemed like really, really gassed. But like I was like, it started to get really dicey for him on the feet. Eventually Royval was putting combinations together and he was kind of like pot shotting. Like he was like hitting him with like good shots, but it would be like one at a time, and then he would like take a deep breath and really have to like reload that shot for a long time. And I was like, okay, the more this fight plays out, like if Pantoja can't get him to the ground, I could see this getting a little dicey for him, but he could get him to the ground, so I guess we'll never know. I know Royval's gonna watch his back and be like, fuck, if I just would have defended a few takedowns, I probably would have had his ass. Because he was definitely huffing for air, like pretty quick.
Yeah, when I look at this fight, I feel like the only reason Royval couldn't get him out in the 5th was because he doesn't have enough power. It was pretty evident. I feel like the power of each of their strikes. Pantoja definitely had the edge. Even Tyre, that man, I'll be honest, Pantoja a beast, man. He was just standing there, like leaning back slightly. He was just so confident he was gonna win the fight. And I could just feel it the whole time. The cardio I feel like it is always like that. Even in the last fight against Moreno, he was kind of gassed by the end. So Royval definitely was in better shape. I mean, this man runs a 6:30 pace at 10 miles, which is crazy.
Royval?
Yeah, yeah.
That's impressive.
And then
Raw dog.
that shit is crazy. But Pantoja was just the better man. I feel like in this fight, just the stronger dude as well. Better on the ground overall. I would
He
agree.
did get 8
I feel like
takedowns.
Roy Bell, I respect him going for the subs, but after like the first like 2 rounds he did that, I feel like there should have been more effort to get back on the feet quicker. But he decided to go for the subs. I just feel like Pantoja is just better on the ground though as well. I feel like he knew how to keep him down there. Yeah, and he's just improved in every way on the feet, ground since their first fight. So I was
I think
just
Pantoja's durability.
yeah, he's just he nuts, man. He was just bro, he was just walking him down like leaning back slightly. I was like, no way.
So I'm gonna pull up the rankings for you guys. Do you guys see Pantoja as like a long lasting champion at flyweight?
I mean, I'm not gonna say yes because he is 35. So I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, is he 33? He might be 33.
I'm not sure.
I
I
feel
think,
like
I think
also the cardio thing is like event like someone with
someone's
more
gonna take
power,
advantage of his ass.
yeah, someone with more power in Royval's shape that night probably would have knocked Pantoja out, I would say.
What name? Give me like a
I
name
would
or
say
two of
Cape.
guys that.
I would say Cape has
Okay,
like kind of one of the better chances. Uh,
really?
I would maybe. I just don't think Albazi's a better wrestler. So, and I don't think he has enough pop in his shots.
Makayev could be a real issue for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe Mokaev.
He's young,
Yeah.
but like I
Yeah,
know he at least has like the wrestling strength to not get muscled around, I don't think.
yeah,
Not too much. And then like I'd imagine his cardio is better because what I'm seeing off Pantoja, like that cardio is iffy.
yeah. I
Okay.
would say, yeah, I'd say Manel Cave and Mokaev probably the two. I would say.
That's also two like really intense fights in a row for Pantoja, and we know those add up. Two
Yeah.
crazy 5 round fights. All right, let's move on to
Real quick. Before we
what's
move on,
up?
I just want to say like for all like the knocks on his cardio, I will say his IQ is pretty good. Like
Yeah,
he knows how to wait just out of range and just like take his opportunity. Like not like he could have been panic wrestling, but instead he just like picked his moments and then like would put forth like a little blitz, try to get the takedown. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a very smart like strat. I feel like
Yeah.
for sure.
He was so calm in there. He just knew
He's
what
a
he was
dog.
doing.
he clearly did not panic when he's like gassed. He's
Mm.
like used to being gassed type shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Clark, why don't you walk us through this one, buddy? This is your boy.
not gonna lie, the first round I was bored, but I liked the game plan. Apparently he had an injury. I forget.
Shaka?
who. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
Something
Okay.
to do with his like ankle area. That's why he was wearing those like ankle guards. Usually doesn't do that, I guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess as a backup plan, it was I think a pretty smart idea, just putting Wonder Boy against the cage, doing some clinch work. But the first round was pretty boring. He eventually got him down and just kind of he did his thing, man. Clearly was just way better on the ground, like I thought, and he got the sub pretty well. It took him a little bit of time, but eventually got the second rear naked to sink in and get that win. The
Yeah,
next right here, folks. The next champ.
yeah, first time Wonder Boy's ever been submitted, so that was pretty impressive. Yeah, he just seems kind of inevitable. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if they just gave him the next title shot after Bilal. I think Leon, I'm pretty confident he's gonna just kind of run through Bilal and beat him. But yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I think Rakhmanov's a problem for literally everyone in the division. I'll just talk about Leon because he's a champ. Like, I think Leon can do fine with him on the feet, but like, yeah, that pressure, that wrestling, that like clinch work against the cage, and like, I feel like Rakhmanov's one of those guys. Like, if he starts threatening a submission, you're in really big trouble. It's not like when Colby's going for a choke, it's whatever. He's kind of just hugging you. Like, if Rakhmonov is positioning for a submission, you're in trouble. Like, you need to do something about it. We saw that with Wonder Boy. Like, the second he got into position with a choke, it was pretty much over. I don't really see any weaknesses in his game. He's just kind of scary, man.
Yeah, I agree. Shavkat definitely the boogeyman of this division. To me, he's damn near like the uncrowned champ. I know, like, he's got to win it first, but I really don't see anybody beating him. To be honest with you, like not for a while, at least. Um, Also, I feel like the top of that division is kind of like older, so it's like kind of time for a bit of a changing of the guard. You know what I mean? And I feel like him and Hamzat, but Hamzat's not there anymore, like represented like that changing of the guard to me.
Um, so what do you think? What do you guys think the UFC is going to do with Shaka? Do you think you're going to put him on the shelf until the next title fight, or do you think he gets someone in between?
They're gonna give him someone else. I feel like that's just too long of a
Right?
layup.
Let's look at the rankings.
Yeah.
Let's see. I heard Usman in the news recently, but I don't know.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Will be a good fight, but I don't want to see that. Like Usman's already lost like 2 in a row. Like I don't want to see him. Like I need him to get a win type shit. Like even though the last one, like you could say like a moral win, but like he's still on a skid here. He's still on a 3-fight skid. So
I mean, it's just Covington and Burns then. But
Because
Burns,
no, Burns has a fight booked.
so it's just Covington
It's
then.
just Covington, and
Or I mean, it's Usman or Covington, or I guess if they want to do Sean Brady, screw it.
wait, who is Burns fighting next?
Jack Delamena,
Okay.
yeah, and UFC 299. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a sick fight.
O'Malley card. That card's insane.
Yeah, that card, MVP's on that card. But yeah, I don't think Colby wants any part of Rakhmonov. Like personally, like I think he clearly called out Wonder Boy for a reason. The guy he lost to, or the guy he
Did he
beat.
call him
So
out after?
what?
Did he call him out after the fight?
Oh, he said it multiple times at the press conference. Yeah.
Well, he go get it, I guess.
So I think Rakhmonov's only option is really
But wait,
wait or Usman or
I just hate when people wait that long for the title.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
see what happens. Like the ring rust will take effect. Like you won't get a fighter in like their prime form for sure.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'd rather him just fight Sean Brady at that point,
Okay.
put them together, and yeah,
Yeah, Sean Brady's coming off an impressive win, so I could see that.
he's like the only one I could see them doing, or like, yeah, everyone else has like fights, or I mean, except Usman. Usman kind of the only one I can see now.
You want to give him, but it'd be so bogus. Oh, let's give him Hamzat, and then let's give him Rakhmonov. Like, damn. All right. So, is there anything you guys want to wrap up with this fight? Any final words?
Uh, the one thing I will say is like shout out Wonder Boy. Still doing the damn thing, man. Still relevant. Did not look bad in there. Had a good first round. Probably won the first round in my mind. Not by much, but not much happened type shit. But I don't know. Like on a night where Kobe 35 looked washed as fuck.
I was gonna say,
Tony looked washed. I just feel like it's important to recognize the people that are fighting the good fight against Father Time. You know what I mean? Jim Miller, Wonderboy Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't look that diminished in there, and I just feel like I don't even know if I would favor Kobe over him right now. To be honest with you, like after what I just saw, like fuck.
Damn. Yeah, that'd be a fun fight, I guess. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about it, guys.
I don't wanna.
At least he wasn't viciously destroyed or KO, but Paddy Pimblett a unanimous decision over Tony Ferguson. That is 7 losses in a row, tied for the most losses in a row in the UFC all time with BJ Penn, 0-7. It's time, guys. It's either one more fight at UFC 300 or it's time.
Yeah, I've been saying he's been done for a minute. Ever since the Nate Diaz fight, I mean that should have been it right there.
Yeah.
But looking at this fight, Paddy was just faster. I mean, as expected. He caught Tony pretty early on in the fight and almost had him out of there. Tony's pretty tough, so he kept with it the whole fight. But from then on, like Paddy kind of just dominated the rest of the fight through his takedowns. Uh, he did get tired in the third round, so Tony kind of had a chance, but I feel like Tony was also a little gassed from getting taken down and whatnot. So Paddy was just he got the takedowns very easily. So still kind of the same problem he's had for the last like few fights. Can't stop a takedown.
And once he's down, he can't get up. You just cannot build a base back up.
Yeah, and Paddy was just too good for those. There might have been like one submission attempt, but like Paddy was too good for that. But yeah, I don't know. Not much else to say. It was a good performance by Paddy. Um, Probably should have got the finish though, to be honest. But it was impressive. Tony, I like you, my man, but you should get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was impressed with Petty. Just the fight IQ, especially like he could have definitely let his pride get in the way and try to knock Tony out, try to strike with him and shit. But he was like, I'm not gonna play these games with you. Like Tony Ferguson, I'm still gonna show him like some type of respect. Take him down, beat him where I know I can beat him type shit. And he implemented that well. I will say like he didn't have his chin, like his chin was not getting clipped the way it has in recent fights. And they were saying that he's made a conscious effort to like keep the chin tucked. And I did see that. He wasn't, striking like this. So incremental improvements. Good performance for Patty. He did gas, which was like very concerning because I'm like any quality lightweight is gonna take advantage of that. A lot of these guys have pretty decent cardio, especially like a lot of these guys have like 5 round cardio and 3 round cardio at least. And so if you're gassing out after 2 in a fight that you were pretty much dominating from the top position, like it shouldn't be that exhausting to dominate from top position. I felt like for him to be as gassed as he was. So yeah, solid win from Patty. Maybe if he's like, not talking shit, but if he stays in shape, maybe try to build on the cardio, not like get fat and then, reset it to where it is now. Maybe try to, but I liked this fight for Patty. For Tony, again, he did just enough to kind of convince himself that he could win. He didn't get like starched, which I feel like he's too good to like get starched against most people. But that's like his problem also because it's gonna leave him thinking like if I just did this or if I just did that, I could have won. As
Yeah.
opposed to in the mirror and being like, I don't want to be a former shell of myself type shit. Like not like that's not to say he can beat no one, but it's like you're not the Tony Ferguson of old. And I feel like as a fighter, when you realize that you're not prime anymore, or like it's real dicey, like, you should just get out of there. Like fuck, man, you're not gonna get any titles. I don't know how much he's hurting for money. I would imagine he should be, you know, like decently taken care of at this point in his career. He's a legend, man. All those win bonuses, all those fight of the nights, like he should have some bread and not like put up to like not keep doing this. So yeah.
Yeah, I really hope that's not the issue. But like Tony's just one of those guys where like he's a bit of a weirdo. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but he's very prideful. You can tell he thinks he's still kind of got it. But like, let's talk more a little bit about Patty. Like, what would you guys like to see for him next? Because I think the UFC still wants to build him up as like an attraction, but like you said, I don't know. Looking at this top 15, like who does he beat? Like who are you matching him up against next?
Mm,
I think
uh,
Dober beats him.
Throw him in there with Darius. Oh fuck. He lost to Darius, right?
Who?
Tony.
Oh yeah. No, I was talking about Patty.
Oh, okay, okay.
maybe Moicano.
Shit, no, fucking throw Patty fucking Darius. Fuck it. Cause like
Oh, I mean,
he's slow.
That'd be risky, but I see the vision.
It'll be risky, but I feel like that's a deep like I'm not gonna lie to you. It does like make me kind of cringe a little bit to be like it mentally sacrificing Darius to Patty a little. But like with all that being said, I just feel like they're both grappling fighters. I would give Darius the edge on the feet on paper, but like he's very slow. And his cardio has not looked great recently. So I'm just kind of like this that might I just look at that as like a potential winnable fight to like, springboard him up the rankings type shit. But
Yeah, because
maybe like you don't want to be that high in the rankings because like then you have to fight nothing but killers. But
yeah, because some of these guys like Dober, BSD, and like Jalen Turner, I think would kind of destroy Patty personally. So you definitely want to give him the easiest fight possible. Maybe RDA.
dude, RDA, y'all disrespecting RDA, man.
Just because he's older.
Ass. I think RDA might whoop Patty's ass, bro.
No, I would still pick RDA for sure.
I don't know, man. How old is he now?
He's been through some shit, but all right. Let's move down to the KO of the night, performance of the night. Josh Emmett completely stiffens Bryce Mitchell.
Oof.
This was pretty brutal, man. This is a contention for knockout of the year. I don't know really what this does for Emmett. Like, I don't think he's gonna ever be a title contender again, but I mean, it was a nasty highlight reel.
Yeah, shout out Josh Emmett, man. Still fucking hanging around there, still hanging around the top 10. Like, turned away Bryce Mitchell, which um really didn't like Bryce Mitchell didn't even do anything. He wasn't able to, he was clearly fearful of the power, especially coming in on short notice. I feel like that played a factor, but like not too much because you know how the fight ended and shit. But I just think that like they probably like he just probably knew like fuck like I know I have to watch out for his power. Probably try to implement my ground game at some point. And when he fucking finally went for anything, it ended bad for him. So it shows that he was right to be as cautious as he was early. But you could look at the stats like he has no strikes thrown, no strikes like the one strike he threw, he got knocked out. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did not understand the odds on this fight. I don't know how Mitchell was such a big favorite over Emmett. It did not make sense to me.
I don't know, man. He's been winning a lot of fights. I don't know. Josh Emmett's old. I can see why he was the favorite. I do think he was too big of a favorite, but I can see why he's the favorite. Yeah, not much to say here. That was one of the most vicious like knockouts I've seen in a while. Just the fact after like he was like twitching and whatnot.
Yeah, like
It was spazzing.
little mini seizure in there, and then like how unstable he was on the feet, like minutes and minutes after the KO. I don't know why they wouldn't sit his ass down. The commentators were screaming like, "Sit him down before he tears something." Like, just dangerous to have him on his feet. Like, what if he would have tore something? Like, what if he would have fucking his knee just would have like went back the other way because he was on wobbly legs? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's how fighters tear their legs.
exactly.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
they should have sat him down. I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't know why they stood him up so quick and let him leave the ring. Like they should have him sat down for at least a few minutes. But I mean, he's okay from what they said afterwards.
Yeah, he went to the hospital and shit.
He got checked on, so everything's all good. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, not much else to say. Josh Emmett got a pretty nice win. Vicious knockout. Yeah.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about on the prelims? It was really pretty eventful prelims, man. Like some great fights on here, some great finishes.
I definitely want to address the well, first of all, god damn, we have to fucking address the Rosa Aldana fight.
Yeah,
Like,
shout out to those two girls. They put on one of the best women's fights in
of
a really long time.
all time, I felt like
Yeah, honestly, of all time. Yeah,
they were literally in each other's face the whole time. Rosa had early success with the leg kicks. One round one pretty handily. But once Irene Aldana just decided like fuck these leg kicks, I'm just gonna get in her face type shit. I felt like Rosa definitely started to gas a little, and Aldana's pressure just kind of like added up, to the point where for like large parts of round two and round three, like she was walking her down and just piecing her up. Not to say Rosa wasn't getting hers in as well. It was back and forth, but like it would be like leg kick exchange for like a two piece to the face. You know what I'm saying? And like if that's the formula you're fighting with, like if the leg kicks don't eventually lead you to a finish, then like you're probably gonna lose that, and rightfully so. I think that even though like as damaging as leg kicks are, they should not hold the same weight as like clean shots to the face.
I agree.
Especially when the damage on the face was like, mounting and becoming very apparent. Rosa's face looked like mincemeat by the end of the fight. Not to say that like Aldana was like, looking peachy, but like Rosa's like her eye was swollen as fuck. Like I was like, oh damn, like she's really getting hands put on her here. So I mean, quality fight by both girls. I feel like this is one of those fights where both fighters' stocks raised, after this performance.
For sure. And Aldana needed that after that stinker performance against Nunes. Shout out both of them.
Yeah. I was pretty impressed by both of them as well. I was actually more impressed by Rosa because I didn't expect it from her to be that quick and close with Aldana the whole fight. They came out with an amazing game plan with the calf kicks. But I mean, they took their effect, but it didn't really. Once Aldana kept moving forward, she just kept moving through the whole time. Like it, I just don't. I feel like once the calf kicks weren't working as well, she should have gone to the hands more. But I do feel like she was a little gassed because of the Aldana pressure and strikes. It just felt like Aldana came on later in the rounds as well in the fight and just kind of took over the fight late in each of the rounds and won them.
I think it's important to note that like you're saying calf kicks, but really they were more so like thigh kick,
Like
like
inside thigh.
inside thigh type shit. Because even the announcers were saying like the reason she can take so many of these is because like even though like it hurts like fuck, like you're kicking the more meaty part of the leg.
Yeah, opposed to the calf.
If she was kicking the calf, like your muscle just can't take that much. Like she kicked it like had to be like 50 plus leg kicks. It felt like at least. So it's like you ain't eating that many calf kicks, man. Not without like falling the fuck down. So the fact that she was able to push forward that much with her leg that beat up, I think that like if she was kicking to the calf instead of the thigh, she probably wins that fight, I would say.
I mean, were they all thigh? I feel like there were calves in there.
It was like it was a lot of thigh. Like
I mean,
it was
they landed like 70 leg kicks.
yeah, exactly. But I feel like very few of them were like on the calf actually type shit.
Mm.
But great fucking fight.
Fight it down. What's up?
It's usually fight of the night.
I would say like fight of the night in my opinion.
It was easy.
Yeah. Let's talk about Cody Garbrandt. I think we all called it on the last vid. Cody gonna knock Keller out. He had to. This was kind of a feed me this guy fight. Cody looked pretty good. His hands were really fast. He obviously still has the power. He called out Figueiredo after, which I think was a super fun call out for UFC 300. No,
I like the call out, but He's gonna lose that fight.
Oh, he gonna get fucked
Oh,
up by Figgy. Figgy gonna fuck him up,
oh,
bro.
man. He's trying to get back to the top. He's trying to get back to the top.
I mean, that's a
Figgy fuck him up.
way to fast track your way to the top, but man, like I would almost rather see him like. I damn near like this is gonna be a controversial fucking thing, but I think I like Cody's chances against Aljo more than I like his chances against Figgy, bro. Straight.
Yeah, I see the matchup. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's because like I think that he has the hands to put hands on Aljo and the wrestling to probably like stuff some of the takedowns at least. Whereas I do not think he has the chin to like get cracked by too many Figgy shots. And
Yeah.
as we saw in Figgy's last fight, like one, his power has carried up, and two, like if you're able to like damn near like piece up Rob Font on the feet, like your striking is pretty crispy. So it's
And he
like
doesn't get as tired at bantamweight. I feel like he won't. I
I mean,
feel like Dominic Cruz is a good matchup for him.
I can see him being Cheeto, honestly. Cheeto might just let 2 rounds get away and just lose the
Dude, you're crazy. Stop it.
bro. It's just what he does. Like he has a habit of just like letting the first 2 rounds just go by.
a bad habit, mind you.
It's a bad.
Hey, that's over after the last fight.
I mean,
But
Bear,
I would just if you want to fast track him to a title, which it seems like he wants to do, I would fight Dominic Cruz. That'll get you in the top 10, I think. And that's a very winnable fight. Like I think Pedro Munoz beats him.
is Cruz really still?
Wait, fight Dominic Cruz if you're Cody?
Yeah.
I just don't think that there's any reason for that fight to happen like at this point, but I get what you're saying. I do think that like it's a more winnable fight for him, but like fuck.
I don't even know.
But yeah, I just think a lot of these guys pose a lot of issues for Cody in the top 10.
Is Cruz like still fighting though?
He's ranked 10 for some reason. I don't even last time he fought was Cheeto. I don't even know how long ago that was.
That was like 2
I
years.
love Cruz, but if you're not shitting, get off the pot. Like you know what I mean? Like
Nah, I feel that.
not just hold a top 10 spot and like not fight anybody, bro. Which I mean, like if you wanted to retire, like no shame on him, Hall of Fame career for sure, one of the best bantamweights of all time. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like really, what does he have to gain by sticking around and fighting these guys, bro? You're not gonna get a title shot.
Yeah.
I thought he was on his way to beating fucking what was it, Cejudo, until he got finished.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to say it, but Cruz is definitely one of those guys where like his style did not age well.
I mean, the thing is, like,
He's still doing well.
well, I would say it's not that bad. It's just like if you're predicated on athleticism and dodging, slipping shit, like he's had a million leg problems and his style is very like, movement oriented. It's kind of like you're gonna slow down a little bit, and that could be the difference at the top of the sport from like winning fights to getting clipped. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like his chin, as an old man especially, can't be like that hot. So it's like, to me, his style does well until it doesn't type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even
That's
if
fair.
in his fights, it's confusing, it's frustrating early. He might like bank around or so, and then like when someone connects with him for real, it's like, okay, he is like almost 40. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
just
Is he the go to bantamweight?
I mean,
I don't even know who I'd have as the go to that division.
yeah, I mean, you could make an argument for sure.
I wanted to say TJ, but like,
Hey TJ, but like the EPO shit throwing me off.
yeah.
Like
But
it makes me think he used it like so long ago or something. Like it's just hard to say with that. I'd low key say Cruz would be the GOAT.
I'm cool with that. It's pretty.
It ain't pillow hand Sterling, let me tell you that. Mr. Split Decision.
He was one fight away.
Apparently,
All right, though.
wait, who's Aldo trying to fight now? At featherweight, fucking
Wait, what?
Max. I think he's trying to find Max, right?
Oh,
no,
Sterling,
no,
Yeah.
he was trying to fight someone like
the Cater.
yeah, I think it was Cater.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't want Max, bro. Max will fucking kill his ass
No,
up.
Max dice his ass up.
I thought I just saw some like random report like
I would love to see like him versus fucking Brian Ortega. Fucking run it. Run
That'd be
it.
fun.
cool.
That's a nice get back on track fight for Ortega, man.
Yeah, Ortega hasn't fought in fucking forever, man.
I'm not gonna lie, Aljo loses like all these fights.
I probably agree with that.
I'm-
I think even Josh Emmett could be an issue for him, bro.
Like, Bryce is a terrible matchup for him. Evolov's a terrible matchup.
Give him Barbosa.
Maybe Giga low key if he can get Giga down.
But again, like, Giga dices him on the feet.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Arnold Allen?
No.
Arnold, I think he fucks him up.
Maybe he takes his chances trying to like Russell fuck Barbosa.
Yeah. It's pretty risky though. He's ranked 11th.
Maybe Yair low key. Maybe he could get Yair down in like a sub real quick.
Maybe Cater.
Dude, I think Yair whoops his ass, man. Because I think
Probably, but I'm thinking like people who aren't good wrestlers.
It's tough for him up there, man.
yeah, I agree.
For sure. All right, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the UFC 296 recap. Make sure to check out our TikTok and our shorts. We're gonna have some more videos coming out later this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch y'all.
Peace.
Peace.